Hello there, this is Jedi Master Daniel 96, and today's video I'm going to be talking about the book Star Wars Phasma by Delilah S. Dawson, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing. So anyway, let's get to the discussion. So Phasma was part of the Journey to the Last Jedi tie-in line, which they did for a lot of the books and comics when the sequels came out, like The Force Awakens had it, like The Journey to the Force Awakens, then The Last Jedi had it with The Journey to the Last Jedi, then The Rise of Skywalker had it to The Journey to the Rise of Skywalker, so that was kind of like a publishing initiative they did when those movies came out. The standalone movies like Rogue One and Solo had tie-in books and comics, but they didn't have that publishing initiative that the sequels had, so little thing there, but I digress. And I originally read this book back in 2018, so like a year after The Last Jedi came out, and like a year after this book came out, so I didn't read this book, when it came out, but I read it, like a year after. So another digression there, but I recently reread it and everything. And I actually would say this book does hold up, and I will get into things on why this book still holds up in my opinion. So here's some things that stood out. So with that timeline placement, this is a sequel era novel and set before The Force Awakens. And I will say the world building in this is pretty good too, so we'll get to that as well. And like some major characters in here are Phasma, Vi, Cardinal, and the Huxes, Brendel and Armitage, which, Armitage Hux is, General Hux in the sequel trilogy, and Brendel Hux is his dad, and you've seen Brendel Hux in Season 3 of The Mandalorian, so that's a thing there, so I had to kind of bring that up. And Phasma is from the planet Parnassus, so we get more of Phasma's home world in this novel, and Brendel Hux also has a lot of spotlight in this as well, along with Phasma, so that's that. And how this book is structured, we do spend a lot more time with the flashbacks in here, but it's not like, flashbacks that will derail the story. Like, they are part of the stronger part. Like, the flashbacks really add to the storyline of this. Like, the present day stuff is kind of minimal in this, but the flashbacks, I think, is where this book really shines, in my opinion. So just kind of had to bring that bit up on with the flashbacks, and that's definitely one of the parts when I said earlier that this book has some really good world building, and that's definitely one of the examples. And we also get the development of Phasma in here. That's another example with the development in this book. And if you were like disappointed the way she was used in the movies or the Resistance series, this is her moment to shine, so that's that. And I mean, as someone that enjoyed The Last Jedi, I can, see why people may have been disappointed with Phasma, so that's that. But this book is the best Phasma story you'll get, so that's a thing there. And we also get some more bits of the First Order, so a little more on that development there, and that's another example with this book's world building and development, so that's that. And Brendel Hux was a huge standout. We even see Phasma meeting Armitage, so all those kind of things. And you don't have much ties to like movie characters, like Kylo Ren and Snoke are briefly mentioned, and they have like no significant role. So if you're wondering about Kylo Ren and Snoke's presence in this book, it is very, very minimal. So this had to bring that up. And we do have some bits early on with the Resistance base on Dukar, but that's like nothing significant there. It's just kind of just there in the book, like very early on. So that's that. And this book really does add to the sequel trilogy lore, in my opinion. Like, this book, I think, is essential reading for the sequels. Like, I think Phasma Bloodline, Shadow of the Sith, The Rise of Kylo Ren comics are top 4 reading material, like essentially for the sequels. If you want more stuff from the sequel trilogy movies, definitely this is the one you should check out as well. And I mentioned earlier on about Phasma's treatment in those movies, so just had to bring that up. So that's that. And I mean, as I said early on, this book does still hold up, and I would say this is a top tier Star Wars canon novel in my opinion. I mean, I don't have a definitive list on top tier Star Wars canon novels because that could change at any point, but you kind of get the idea that this would obviously be in the list, so that's that. I mean, I would recommend this book to anyone regardless of your opinion on the sequels. Like, if you love the sequel trilogy, it will enhance it for you. And if you kind of have your issues on the sequels, and if you're not a fan of the sequel trilogy, I'd say give this book a shot, because there is really good development in here, as I said, and definitely worth a read. So that's that, and I would rate it a 9.5 out of 10. So that's kind of my rating for this, and that does it for me in this video. Don't forget to, comment down below. What did you think of this book? Did you love it? Did you not love it? Were you indifferent? Let me know your opinion on this book. And did it, enhance, things from the sequels and Phasma's character for you as well? Let me know all that in the comments down below. And don't forget to share this video, and let's get to 700 subscribers. And you can follow me on Twitter, DanRS87. Instagram, JMD96_YT, Bluesky, Jedi Master Daniel 96, and Facebook, Jedi Master Daniel 96. Have a good day, everyone, and may the Force be with you. Bye.